Hi, this is Brooke Medicine Eagle, and I'm sharing with you some short teachings about what I call visioning. Basically, it refers to something like a vision quest where we might go up on the mountain. It refers to a 4-day vision quest or visioning time that women do in their moon lodges. And really, it can apply to any time that you take time to really contemplate and deepen and look within yourself, quiet yourself for that. And certainly we need to do that more often than just once every few years or once a lifetime when we do a vision quest on the mountain. So I wanted to talk today, give you I'm calling it big expectations. And I'll give you a very short version of this very magical story that was told in Buffalo Woman Comes Singing and in the visioning teachings. This was my first vision quest. Grandma stands near the fire, the woman who knows everything, who is the keeper of the Sacred Hat Lodge of the Cheyenne people, was my guide and helper. And so she said, just go up. We'll start with 1 day here near our home. So I went up near the Castle Rocks around Arrow Creek there near my home area, Pryor, Montana. And I went up the mountain and I didn't go too terribly far. And I found this place to sit. There was this great big enormous rock beside me just on the other side of it. It'd be about the size of like a dining room table. And on the other side of it was a beautiful little pine tree, probably 5 feet tall, not anything too big. But it was a very comfortable place. So I got set. And this was my first vision quest, and I'd read all these stories about Chief Plentycoos and all the others having these amazing visions, and the little people or the animals visited him. So I had big expectations. So I sat there for a while. Nothing happened. And then I waited more and I waited more and I waited more. And then, big excitement, a magpie came and sat in that tree. And I'm looking for meaning. And I thought to myself, that magpie is the friend of the buffalo. They sit on the buffalo's back and clean it up and also jump up and warn it of things coming, because the buffalo doesn't see as well as the magpie sees. So I was there under the auspices of that Sacred Hat Lodge, the Sacred Buffalo Hat Lodge. So the buffalo was prominent. So that has some meaning. All right, good. That's a confirmation. Well, the magpie didn't look at me. I mean, I could have reached out practically and touched it. Didn't pay one bit of attention to me and certainly didn't say anything. Seemed like a long time later. I look out across the valley toward the big mountain, and here come 2 dots, tiny, tiny, tiny dots through the air. As I got closer, I could see that it was a pair of eagles, and they flew and went in to the high Castle Rocks that are there where I was fasting. So I'm going, aha, great. I've received the energy of the eagle in my life. It's very high, powerful energy. 2 of them, relationship, all of these things. I was pretty excited about that. Well, and then it was another long haul. And 3 little chickadees came into that little pine tree. And I thought, aha, old Chief Plentycoos, when he did a vision quest right in that same area, the chickadees came to him and talked to him, and they said, we're quiet and we know everything. We go everywhere and we hear everything. And so they gave him beautiful images, and he carried one of them, the body of one, behind his ear the rest of his life. So it's like, okay, I'm hooking up then with my crow lineage and this place that I'm in. So then I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. And I thought, this has got to be good, because 4 is kind of the big deal number in our Native American, 4 directions, 4 winds, all of these things. So I am excited. I'm like really expecting something big. I don't know whether I expected 4 bears or what I thought would come. probably it was going to be a bird. It seemed like that's what was happening. But I was sitting there and I was getting really restless, kind of hot. It's getting later in the day. Nothing's happened. Nothing has happened according to my big expectations. And then I heard a sound behind me. I look around and there's another, kind of up the hill, there's another big stone, great big stone sitting there. And on it, there are 5 pigeons. Now, I associate pigeons with town. I've had them kind of on my shoulder when I'm walking down the street. It's like I don't have good energy for pigeons. So it's like, and it was back toward town, toward the big cities, toward all of that. And I just decided, my mind said, that's not good. I don't like this. I don't like them. Judgment. And so I just turned around. I just turned my back on them and they're clucking around. And all of a sudden something caused me to turn around. And when I turned around, one of the 4 of them came off of that, spread wings and came down toward me. It must have been less than, it wasn't even 50 yards. It could have been 20 yards. It came down toward me and disappeared in thin air. And I looked, I practically got up and left my circle, but there was no place it could have gone. I looked and thought. And then I looked back up there and there were my 4 sacred birds, the pigeons. And my whole idea about judgment and expectations and what should be and who things were and how it should be were just blown away with the magic of that incredible moment on that first year of my 4 years of vision questing on the mountains. So I just want to say to you as I'm finishing, watch your expectations, clear your mind, use anything you can to clear your mind and let things be as they are. Open your heart and invite what's meant to come to you.